Hi everyone, Gilliam Elliott here. Today I'm going to walk you through 4 things your dental clinic needs to have in place to consistently attract international patients and turn them into bookings. But before we dive in, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our educational content on medical tourism. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to cover is what dental tourists look for before they ever reach out to your clinic. International patients do not book with dental clinics that haven't demonstrated credibility. Before someone reaches out, they're already looking for reasons to feel confident in your clinic. And if those reasons are not immediately visible, there's a good chance they will move on to a clinic that makes it clear that they can be trusted. So what does credibility look like to a dental tourist? It looks like certifications that show your dental clinic meets recognized standard of care. It looks like reviews from international patients who've been through the process. And it looks like before and after results that give a realistic picture of the dental work your dental clinic does. A foreign patient that lands on your website for the first time has no prior relationship with your clinic. Everything they see at first glance is what they are using to decide whether it's worth contacting you. Some clinics make the mistake of having their credibility and trust symbols buried on their website instead of placing them front and center. These should be highly visible on your homepage, near your contact sections, and alongside the dental services you're promoting. Okay, so let's move on to point number 2, which is setting up your website to welcome international patients. Since you're targeting international patients, you need to make it obvious from the moment they land on your clinic's website. You can do this by adding a translation button in the header of your website with the flag of your target country attached to it, so visitors can easily switch the website content into their preferred language with one click. International patients that land on your website shouldn't have to search for language settings or wonder whether your dental clinic works with people from their country. You should also consider listing a dedicated local number for the country you're looking to target at the top of your website, because it removes one more barrier between you and a potential patient reaching out. Number 3 is giving patients the information they need to say yes. Unlike a surgery that requires weeks of recovery, most dental procedures have little to no downtime. A patient can fly to a country, get their veneers or implants done, and be back to their vacation or back to their job within days. That makes traveling abroad for dental work a much easier decision than other medical tourism procedures. But easier doesn't mean patients skip the research. Before a dental tourist books a flight, they're comparing clinics, reading reviews, checking credentials, and looking at pricing. They want to know the doctor is qualified, the clinic is legitimate, and they're getting the results they're paying for. The research phase is where most dental clinics either earn the patient's trust or lose them to a competitor. The way you reduce that hesitation is by making the process clear and transparent as possible. Walk potential patients through exactly what working with your dental clinic looks like from start to finish. You can do this by adding a dedicated page to your website that breaks down the process step by step from the first point of contact all the way through post-treatment follow-up. On that same page or somewhere clearly visible on your website, you can show how your pricing compares to what the patient would pay back home. A simple side-by-side price comparison showing what the procedure costs at your clinic versus what they'll pay back home is one of the most effective things you can add to your website. When a patient can see exactly what the process looks like and what it's going to cost them compared to getting it done in their home country, most of the hesitation goes away and the decision becomes a lot easier to make. Some dental clinics skip this step because they assume patients will just reach out and ask. But many patients will not reach out if they have to guess. They will usually move on and find a clinic that already gives them the information they need up front. And for the ones that do reach out, this last point may be the most important one of them all, and that's how you respond to new inquiries. When an international patient contacts your dental clinic, there's a good chance they've contacted at least one other clinic at the same time. Since they may not be waiting exclusively for your response, how you handle that first interaction matters more than most clinics realize. A slow response, a generic reply, or a message that does not directly address what the patient asked can be enough to lose the opportunity. Every inquiry that comes in should be responded to quickly, clearly, and professionally. That first reply sets the tone for everything that follows. And a strong first impression can give you a real advantage over other clinics patients may be considering. Beyond response time, every inquiry should be logged. That means recording the patient's name, contact information, what procedure they asked about, and any other relevant details. You should collect this information even if somebody's just reaching out by phone to ask a quick question. This allows you to follow up with people who showed interest but didn't book right away. And it gives you the information you need to add them to your marketing campaigns. The dental clinics that convert the most international patients are not always the ones that have the lowest prices or the most advanced equipment. They are often the ones that respond the fastest, communicate the most clearly, and make the entire process feel professional from the very first contact. If you are not seeing consistent international inquiries coming into your clinic, it usually comes down to one of two things. Either patients are not finding you, or when they do find you, nothing on your website is compelling them to reach out. If you would like to start receiving qualified patient leads for your dental clinic, I'm going to leave a link in the description to our patient lead generation program. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.